Hi, welcome to the Dr. Paul Carniol Show. I'm your host, and this is my co-host, Tara Callie. In this episode, we will be discussing self-care and the benefits and how-tos of meditation. We'll also be discussing other things so you can have a better life. We have a great guest for you today, but before meeting our guest, Tara and I are going to catch up on what's been going on since we were here last. Tara, what's new in your life?
Oh, well, we have a couple things going on. We had our big office renovation. That's been a long time coming, right? So that's
Absolutely.
been wonderful. That office is looking really great. So it's now a beautiful place to go to that makes people look beautiful. In my own side of things, I started my own business since the last time we were here. Pretty proud of that.
Why did you start a business?
I wanted to do something for myself. I've always kind of had an idea of being a little entrepreneurial, and so I started a mobile spray tanning business, and I am doing that outside of work, and we are incorporating it, as you know, into the office as well.
Now, why would someone do spray tanning versus getting a nice tan outside?
Because the sun is terrible for you. So we do a lot of work in the office with trying to make people look younger. A lot of that is from the effects of the sun. But besides that, the sun causes skin cancer. And so when you get a mobile spray tan, and then you're not getting the bad effects of the sun, and you're still looking pretty hot.
So,
well, everybody looks better with a tan. It's true.
Absolutely.
I mean, everyone looks better with a tan, but this way, it's organic, it's vegan, it's healthy, it's safe, it's good for your skin. It's not going to give you more wrinkles. So
that's a good thing.
It's a good thing, and it's a good thing to offer for our patients because it's sort of in conjunction with what we do. I feel like it kind of stays on brand, and so it works.
Okay, all right. So let's talk about what else is new.
Okay.
So what else we bring in? We're going to be starting to have a women's hair restoration center.
That's very exciting.
Yeah, hair loss, as you know from some people you've spoken to,
Yes.
is very common, particularly in the ladies.
Yes.
And it's progressive over their whole lives. We'll be working on that.
Yep.
And adding that in. And we have a new plastic surgeon coming, a facial plastic surgeon.
Someone you know pretty well.
Yes, Dr. Eric. So
Yes.
he'll be there soon.
That's very exciting.
So he's got
Looking
an
forward to
expertise in
that.
that.
New technology, new young doctor.
Absolutely, and it's important because people are trying to take care of themselves.
Absolutely.
And we're going to talk about ways to take care of yourself today, using your mind and meditation to relax.
Absolutely.
Some yoga to help you relax, and some other good things to sort of get you in a good shape.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Alrighty, so our guest today is Dr. K. Dr. K is an internist and the head of K Primary Care and Medical Nutrition Center. She has spent a lot of time teaching people how to eat better, cook better so they can live better, and she combines that with her internal medicine practice. In addition, Dr. K has an entire meditation and mindfulness center in her office, which is actually quite impressive. And so we're going to hear from Dr. K all about this. We have Liz Calabro with us. Liz, as you may recall, is a personal trainer who also has a background in nutrition, but she's going to be giving us a yoga demonstration that will help us yoga to relax, yoga to lead you to a state where you want to do mindfulness or meditation. She has been on the show before, and together with Tara has done some great demonstrations.
Thank you, Dr. Carniol, for having me on your show again. In addition to being a personal trainer and a nutritionist, I'm also a Reiki energy medicine specialist, something that I'm very passionate about. And part of that is doing some moving of energy with your body in the form of yoga. I'm going to be showing you a couple movements that you can help to heal your body and really bring that energy back in. The first movement is a very simple stance. It's called mountain pose. And we are going to be doing one hand movement to help ground you. It stimulates the root chakra. So you put your pointer and thumb together and then just stand tall, shoulders back, feet grounded into the earth. And you just want to focus on allowing your feet to dig into the earth and bring your body nice and tall. So after you take a few breaths here, we're then going to move into our second pose. So our second pose is a bridge pose, and this is for the sacral chakra. The hand motion, which is called a mudra for this, is different for male or female. For male, you would put your right hand on the bottom, and for females, you put your left hand on the bottom, and you stick your thumbs together. And this symbolizes the womb in the female or male to really carry you, which is all about your sacral chakra. You come down on the ground. Here you want to plant your feet into the ground so that you're still connected into the earth. Put your hands here, and then you would just lift your hips. Option to have this as more of a passive pose, to put a block underneath your hips so that you can relax and breathe more into this pose. Once you take a few breaths here, you would then be able to transition into our third pose for the solar plexus. So here, you would bring your feet flat, come back to sit on your feet, and depending on how tight you are, you can also have some blocks or a bolster behind you to support you. All you do here is put your hands together right above your belly button, and then to get more of a stretch, you can feel free to lean back, and this is where you can be supported, or come all the way to the ground, like so. Once you take a few breaths here, feel free to climb out. Next is going to be our heart opener. So the hand motion for this, you would do a peace sign, but bring your pointer and middle finger together. And then here, all you're gonna do is allow your chest to open up, reach for those feet to open your chest. And then once you have a few breaths, feel free to come out. Next is our throat opener. So here you're gonna lay flat on the mat. And then all you're gonna do is start to prop yourself up with your forearms, bringing your shoulders as close as you can together, allowing your head to come back. And the hand motion for this is a thumbs up. This helps to release worry from your throat. And then after a few breaths, you can transition. The next pose is for the third eye. And the mudra for this, you would put your middle finger and thumb together, extending the rest of your fingers. Bring your knees apart, toes together. Come to sit back on your feet, reach forward. Allow your third eye to connect to the earth. And after a few breaths, transition to our last pose for the crown chakra. Here, you can sit however you are comfortably. If you do have a block, feel free to lift your hips and put the block underneath your seat. You can also do a lotus, stacking your ankles over your legs. And then the mudra for this is a lotus flower, bringing your thumbs, pinkies together, extending the rest of your fingers to open up your crown chakra, sitting tall, bringing awareness into your whole body. So So after you've done a few breaths, now you've brought that energy back into your physical body in the form of meditating while moving. So now you're all set to take on either your workout or your work day or go to sleep. Whatever you may do, it's a great practice to incorporate into your daily routine. Thanks.
Thanks, Liz, for that awesome warm-up yoga demonstration.
Now, Dr. K, thank you for joining us today. It's great to have you here. You're going to tell us a little bit, first of all, how did you get into mindfulness, meditation, nutrition? What made you do that transition?
Oh, thank you, Dr. Carniol. Thank you, Tara, for inviting me to your show.
We're excited
I'm very
to have
happy
you
to be
here.
here.
That's great to have you.
I think that's a great question. I think mindfulness, over the years, what I've learned is that when patients focus on nutrition, on managing their stress, on exercise, then chronic illnesses tend to get better longer. The need for medication is there, but not so much as you would
So
without this.
you think it's a stress reduction then?
I think it's basically stress management. I think what was very compelling to me was a study that I reviewed in 2016 where it showed that mindfulness meditation actually changes the brain. They did brain scans and found before and after meditation, and it actually changes the pathways in stress management that I think are very beneficial.
Now, how does it do that? You get new pathways, new way of thinking?
So what they did was they took 35 people who were unemployed. So they were very stressed. And they divided them into two groups. One, they did real mindfulness meditation, and the other one, they just did some sham stress management. They did inflammatory markers, and they did checked, brain
Inflammatory
scan.
markers? What is an inflammatory marker?
They just check certain markers in the body that cause inflammation in the body. And when they checked them before and after the meditation, they found that there were differences after the meditation, and in the brain there were certain stress centers that were communicating better after you did the mindfulness meditation.
How did they check stress centers in the brain?
I don't know the exact details. This was reported in biological psychiatry, and they did a scan, and that's how they showed the differences.
Okay.
So let me start by, there are different types of meditation, of course. There is mindfulness, there is transcendental, there's qigong, there's yoga with meditation. What I do in my office is mindfulness meditation, and this was essentially created by John Kabat-Zinn. It's called mindfulness-based stress reduction. And what mindfulness is, it's defined as an awareness that comes by paying attention in the present moment, on purpose, non-judgmentally. So when you think of it, it's a play of words, but each part is very important. So you can't say, oh, I just sat down and I closed my eyes and I was meditating. It has to be done purposefully. So you have to find a time of day, a place where you can meditate, and then you have to pay attention and focus.
So it's different than transcendental meditation?
I believe it is, and I'm not too familiar with transcendental, but I think it is different. It is something, I think transcendental has to be done with a coach, I believe, and this one you can learn to do a home practice on your own.
This sounds
and of
like
course,
something that all of us could use in our lives, actually.
Absolutely,
But how
Tara.
how do you instruct someone like me,
Right.
who is kind of high strung
Right.
and anxious and uptight, and I try to meditate, but then I close my eyes and I start thinking about the 1,000 things that I need to do and the next place I need to be, and
Yes.
and then I just say forget it and pour myself a glass of wine and that's it. But
Yeah.
I would rather have some better options. But how do you do that with someone who is just so?
and that is what,
So
and
we're
that's
trying
a
to
great
do
question.
mindfulness instead of winefulness?
It's pretty good. Should hashtag that. I like that one. Yes, most of the time, maybe not all of the time, but sometimes.
And that's a great question, Tara, and that's a good segue to. I wanted to focus today on the how of meditation, because I talk about meditation with all my patients during the preventive annual physical, during most of their visits. But a lot of my patients will tell me things like, just as you mentioned, Dr. K, I don't think I'm a meditator, and then some of them will say, I can't seem to clear all the thoughts from my head. And so I want to start by saying that it's not like there are, maybe you haven't tried enough, and that's what I'll explain to you how you
I'm not very good at it.
You have to be persistent, with the practice. And so what I tell my patients is, first, when you start, find a time of day. And they ask me, Dr. K, should it be in the morning? Should it be at night? I think any time is good. Any time that you think is right for you is good. Be in comfortable clothing, something loose. Find a nice spot and sit down.
So you shouldn't do this while you're driving.
Never. But you can do it on your commute. So for my commuters who take the train into the city, on the way back, that would be a good time to do it. Of course, you can't be driving, but you can be sitting in the train and doing it.
Right.
And you find a comfortable space, you sit down, and then you start by focusing on your breath. So you're breathing in and you're breathing out. And Tara, to your point about the thoughts coming, the thoughts are going to come. Your brain is not going to be devoid of, that's what you do essentially. But don't sort of give in, don't make a judgment on those thoughts. And every time your mind begins to wander into those thoughts, try to bring back to your breath. Try to bring it back to your breath.
So you're focusing on your breathing.
On your breath.
Okay.
Right, that's a good place to start.
Okay.
Now, it doesn't happen right away and you don't get it right away, but you have to keep trying. So what you can do is start by maybe 3 minutes. So the first session, do it for 3 minutes. You're not going to like it. You're going to say, I don't know what Dr. K was talking about. I hate this, and walk out. And that's fine. But then go back the following day.
Okay.
Do it for another 3 minutes.
Okay.
So personally, it took me 3 months to get comfortable and to actually learn to do it. And now I usually recommend 20 minutes daily to my patients, and I think that is a good
Now,
time.
how do they get the 20 minutes out of their busy lives?
Yeah, that's a great question. You know what? I think health is very important, and I think all of us need to realize that our health is very, very important. There's going to be work comes in the way, family comes in the way, children come in the way, but you need to still give yourself those 20 minutes, and you'll never regret it, because the evidence showing the value of mindfulness is just so compelling that I think every person needs to do it.
Okay, so you have children, and one of them's yelling, Mom, I need help with this. And you answer, no, I'm meditating. What?
I think you need to let your family know before you go into that room, before you go into that space. You know what? This is quiet time for mommy. And when I'm in that room, try not to disturb me.
I think it makes so much sense to me in my head to incorporate this, because I feel like, I personally, most of us, we spend so much time trying to do things to stay healthy. We eat well. I try to food shop well. I exercise a lot. I, stay very active. I try to do the same thing with my kids and teach them that. But I think that where it's lost on a lot of us is that sort of like shut down piece, the rest piece, the mindfulness piece, because it's always go, 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 go. And it's kind of hard to turn that down, but I see where the value is. I just need to learn to get better at it and shut down.
No, you're right.
Myself.
So you're right, and it does take some time and some persistence. All I'm saying is, so the other thing is, don't be judgmental on your meditation. So it's not as if you do a few minutes and you come and say, did I feel better? Do I feel less depressed? Am I less anxious? No, let it go. Over time, it's like physical therapy. You know how it takes some time to heal your muscles? So to manage your stress is going to take time. So over time, you don't realize it, but you may have some friends say, you know what? These days you don't get too uptight, or you're not getting upset or angry, or children are saying, Mom, you're more calm. And that's how it starts to play.
We can help my children.
Exactly.
They'd be thrilled.
Yeah, you may have others telling you, you know what, you're different now. Or something like that.
Or you people start coming to me and telling me that I'm calm, I'm gonna think you're a miracle worker. But I can definitely try to incorporate that into...
Right. So we have classes in our in my office Wednesdays at 6:30, and these are free for everyone. Now the thing about attending a class is it gets you started in the right way. So I have a coach who can then tell you how you can do your own home practice too. So once you do these sessions, now the other thing in a class is you can't get up and leave, so you have to stay there. It's about 45 minutes. And there's a certain format we follow. So you have to just sit down.
held
You can't get
accountable.
up. Right. The other thing is then you're a little conscious because it's very quiet, the room, and you can hear some sounds and stomach rumbling and this and that. But it doesn't matter. You're focusing on your breath. The sounds should not matter to you. Every now and then when your mind gets diverted, you bring it right back to your breath. And you bring it right back to your breath. And when you do that and you keep doing it over time, you will feel that those thoughts, and Tara, as you said, the anxiety, and you're always thinking, doesn't, and that plays a role in conditions such as hypertension, because you can't stop thinking, and your mind is just racing all the time. Your blood pressure is elevated all the time. But moment you learn to relax, the pressure drops, and that's what mindfulness does to you. It lowers your pressure, stabilizes your sugars, reduces your food craving. So it's very essential, good tool even for weight management. Stabilizes sugars, maybe just because of the stress factor, because you're eating better, and just overall physical and mental well-being. It's just very good.
Now, how do you compare that stress reduction to the stress reduction you get from either exercising or working out or martial arts? Or
Right, absolutely. So exercise is a great stress. So I started by asking my patients, what do you do for stress management? And they say, Dr. K, exercise. And I tell them, I think that's wonderful. Exercise is a great stress reliever. So you have to do the exercise because it's good for the body too, but then combine this with the meditation.
It's like the yin and yang
Yeah.
of it.
now,
And
would
you
you ever
get-
do exercise like before the meditation to loosen you up for it or such? Or
I don't think there's any particular time. I think you can pick and choose whenever you want to do the meditation. I think there's also some yoga sessions that will combine the yoga, and then before or after they may have a session of meditation, which is also very beneficial.
so the yoga would be a good help.
That would be wonderful, yeah.
And how about non-yoga exercise? Is that a good help or no?
Yeah, if you want to maybe do a workout and then at the end of it give yourself 5 minutes, go to a corner of the gym or wherever you are, and maybe give yourself 5 to 10 minutes and just sort of calm down and relax before you head home, that would be a wonderful practice.
So that would be very helpful. And people can learn to do that if they go to sessions. You have sessions in your office, you said, and they're free?
Right. If they want to come in, they're free. And, if they want to come in, they want to learn. I have Erin Sheehan is my instructor. I also have Sandy Sorcelli. And she's done her master's, Erin, in mindfulness meditation. I wasn't even aware there was a master's, but there is. So she's done a master's in mindfulness.
Oh, that's excellent. Well, that's great. Now, we're going to take a short break, and then we'll be right back. And we're going to have you do a short demonstration of how you get someone to meditate.
All right.
So I'll start practicing.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
Welcome back. I'm going to turn it over to Dr. K. You can show us your meditation technique.
Thank you, Tara. So I'm not a meditation coach, and I don't claim to be one, but I've been doing it for a few years now. So, we have a certain format in the office. Like I said, it's for about 45 minutes, and what we start is about 10 minutes of silence, of complete silence. And there's this nice bell that we ring, and Erin will ring or Sandy will ring, and we start the meditation. Following that, there is about 10 to 15 minutes of guided meditation where they talk. Guided means they're saying something in the background and you're sort of following whatever it is they're saying. And then last 10 minutes, we turn on this very good relaxation music and we meditate by listening to music. So it's 3 parts to the meditation that we have in the office. And between these 3 parts, we'll discuss a few topics. We'll say, so what does anyone want to share something today? So it actually happens that if you see the same people every week, then you actually become a community, and that's essentially what we've become because we chat, and it's a good support system. So that's why I look forward to it. I join in every week, and I look forward to it. So if you wish, like I said, we can do a little demonstration, very, very short, and I'll just tell you the basics and show you how you can get started. So, so again, if you find a good place, this is a good enough place for us. We are sitting comfortably, and the posture should be right. So you can now close your eyes, and I'll ring the bell. And you're sitting in a quiet place with your eyes closed. And now you can focus on your breath. Take a deep breath in. Feel that oxygen going in. And then breathe out. Take another breath in. And breathe out. As you breathe now, you can start to count. Breathe in, 1, 2, and breathe out, 3, 4, 5. Take a deep breath in and feel this breath going down, first to your lungs, expanding your lungs, then to your belly, your arms, your legs, your little toes, and finally to your brain. And then breathe out. Every time your mind wanders, bring it back to focus on your breath. Once again, count, deep breath in, 1, 2, and breath out, 3, 4, 5. You can open your eyes now.
Now, can you do this yourself at home, or do you need somebody to take you through it?
And that's a great question also. So I usually tell my patients, some of them will just go into a room and try to do this on their own. But there are many apps that you can use. There's an app called Calm that I usually tell them to use, and that's a free app. Initially, it's free. And they can, try. It's a guided meditation, so just follow what the person is saying. There's also other apps out there, Headspace and Insight Timer. They can choose whatever app they want to use, and they can then just follow that.
Well, thank you, Dr. K. That has been a great.
Your voice was very calming. I think I might be able to do this if I can do this in a TV studio.
I'm telling you, Tara.
I might be able to do it.
Try it.
I'm going to try.
I think she can
Be
do
persistent, and you will finally learn the benefits.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, and of
Thank
course,
you.
thanks to Liz for the excellent yoga demonstration. We greatly appreciate it. And Tara, as always, thank you for serving as co-host today.
Thank you for having me. It's so
You
fun.
did a great job.
Thank you. You did good too.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.